Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so glad you've joined me. This month, we have been talking about money. We've looked at the 5 different types of money and how each type of money has its own set of beliefs and programming. And today, I'd like to specifically focus on debt. Because our society has associated so many negative connotations to that word, just hearing it will trigger a reaction in your autonomic nervous system. Even if you don't have debt of your own, simply hearing that word can start a reaction in your nervous system of fear and avoidance. And if you do have debt, it can trigger some of the most negative inner self talk that we hear, and it hangs over you like a dark cloud that you can't seem to shake. So let's do a really quick but revealing experiment. I'd like you to close your eyes and take a deep breath and let yourself feel yourself seated in your chair, wherever you're sitting. Feel that chair supporting you. Take another deep breath and let yourself relax a little bit, getting grounded into your body. And as you continue to take another deep breath, tune in, and I want you to pay very careful attention to what happens in your body, any physical sensations, and pay close attention to any thoughts that immediately pop into your head as I ask you to think about the total amount of all of your debt: car payments, student loans, a mortgage, credit card debt, money that you've borrowed from friends and family, child or spousal support that you're required to pay, loans and vacations you've charged, home improvement projects you're paying for. As you pay close attention, what did you notice? The physical reactions are generally things like clenching your jaw or a pit in your stomach, or this heavy weight on your shoulders that just feels like it's bearing down on you. Maybe all of your muscles contracted and got really tight. And the thoughts and emotions that came up, for some people, they're going to say it's fear, like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, how am I ever going to pay this off? Or for some others, it might be disbelief, like, that can't be right. I can't owe that much money. Or maybe it's reproach, like, how could I let this happen? I should have done better. Now, remember, all of this, both the physical response and the unrestricted thoughts, happens in a split second. It's instant, automatic, and outside of your control. Hi, my name is Lisa Bonet. I am a Live Your Outrageous Life Now coach and your host here in this. Through my coaching, I help heart-centered people overcome their inner resistance, limiting beliefs, and hidden programming around money, increase their self-confidence, get laser focused on their dreams and goals, and uncover the root causes of their procrastination and overwhelm. As a result of working with me, my clients are able to confidently put themselves out there while living their passion and purpose, have money coming in consistently, create the impact that they desire in the world with freedom and flexibility they want in their lives. Now, when I'm coaching, what I hear from my clients is this habitual self-talk running uncontrolled in our heads. And it's some of the darkest things that we say to ourselves when we have debt. They're usually about proof that everything I do is a failure, or proof that I've made a ton of mistakes, which means that I'm an idiot or I'm a loser. It means I'm a failure. It's so negative. And what you've just uncovered for yourself by thinking about your total amount of debt and reacting to it is your hidden programming around debt. And I just want you to notice how your programming is playing in your nervous system without any real action on your part or even any real thought. Just hearing the words, your total amount of debt, and spending just a couple seconds thinking about it triggered your internal system's automatic response. Most people I work with start having a reaction just by hearing me say the words, your total amount of debt, and it just builds from there. And guess what? We actually think about our debt multiple times a day. With every purchase you make, every time you go to the mail and find a bill, every alert on your phone about your bank balance, even just buying groceries can stimulate thoughts about what you owe, which unleashes this response in your nervous system. These thoughts and feelings are running just below the surface, even when you're successful and even when you're being positive. So, of course, we don't spend lots of time consciously focusing on this stuff. It feels too painful and icky. Who wants to think about that and feel this way? But gaining understanding and feeling some self compassion can start to shift things. So be aware there are two kinds of debt, good debt and bad debt. Now, good debt includes assets and investments that grow in value or are leveraged to create income, like a home mortgage, for example, is good debt. And although good debt does mean a bill to pay, it doesn't create the same negative feelings that bad debt does. In fact, it can even have the opposite reaction as proof that you've invested well and are leveraging your money smartly. Bad debt is where we find the avoidance and negative reactions. And unfortunately, bad debt can be the result of circumstances that we don't necessarily have control over. A serious illness, accidents that may not even have been your fault, external economic conditions, a pandemic. Bad debt can include things like credit cards, overspending, bad investments, business gone bad, money that you borrowed from friends and family. But even if the circumstances were outside of your control, that will not stop the self-recrimination and the continual repeating of the habitual inner talk that only eats away at our sense of worthiness. Every time you think about, touch, deal with, handle money, it activates thoughts about your debt on a subconscious level. You wonder if you'll ever get it paid off or if things will only get worse. Bad debt can cause panic, feelings of overwhelm, and it can even make you ill. If we avoid looking at and dealing with these items, both from the concrete dollars and cents standpoint as well as the emotional standpoint, we're not going to be able to resolve them. If we push it away from our minds, we think, I'm not going to focus on that. It'll just work itself out. Guess what? It doesn't. You need to look at your debt square in the face and acknowledge and recognize it for what it is before you can release the negative emotions attached to it. And once you do that, you can finally be freed from it. To get an even deeper understanding of how all of this is connected, join me Tuesday, January 26th at 7 p.m. for a free live training event to help you identify the 6 big money blocks and your superpower to overcome them. Registration is now open, so register here. The link's below in the comments. When we work to uncover and release your internal programming, inner resistance, and limiting beliefs about money, you can free yourself to build the financial situation that you desire. Feel safety and security. Be proud of your contribution and create an outrageous life for yourself. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you found this informative and helpful. Pass this along to anybody you think that might be useful to as well. And be sure to be on the lookout for my next video. And don't forget to register in the link below. I look forward to seeing you at the training. And until then, have an outrageous day. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.